Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you here on Pi Day. Now it says Happy Pi Day, pi being the mathematical number that we know, 22 divided by 7, 3.1, and all that crap. But we're not celebrating Pi Day like that. Finn's stupid ass decided that it's actually eating Pi Day. So we are going to be doing something for Pi Day. So while you're eating your lunch, if you're not eating a piece of pie, that's okay. Finn has got a challenge up there you can see on the screen. For every $5 to the ACS Tiltify, link below, to anything, poll, reward, challenge, Finity will eat a bite of apple, chocolate, or lemon meringue pie of your choice. Put your pie choice in the comments when you donate. So we are going to be playing games and eating pie. I'm sticking to my diet and will not be eating pie.
I'm here, by the way, Ranger.
Finn, why don't you let me do the introduction and I would have introduced you.
No, but I'm saying it because we already got donations for me to eat pie.
I know that because it popped up on the screen. You know, Finn, I've been doing this for 3 years.
I know,
kind of have a clue.
My camera isn't on there, and I'm about to start eating.
Finn, you wait until I'm ready for you to put your damn face on there eating pie.
Hi.
Damn. It's like I'm playing cards with my sister's kids. Jesus. Can I try to host the show, Finn? Is that all right with you, or do you want to do it?
Okay.
All right. Jeez, let's start over. So, for every donation, Finn will eat a piece of pie, which I will show here in a second. You've already had some donations from Ray Rock and some others, and so we'll have Finn eating some pie here in a moment. I'll have to flip to the camera, but that won't be a problem because, well, that's what Finn does. So, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, is also here. We also have Grim the Mechanic.
Yeah, you know it is 3.14159265359, right?
I know, but I just didn't want to say all the numbers. Who cares?
Okay.
And then also joining us, we have the Stunner Jedi himself, Xylo Takedown, is here.
What's up, Gus? I oddly remember doing a Pi Day on the stream last year, too, so that's awesome.
Did we? I don't remember. It's not
just,
hey,
it's a Pi Day.
Yeah,
this is going to be funny.
Yeah, I just, I'm sticking with my diet. I'm doing it. All right, real quick, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video while you're watching this. It does help our get monetized and get our content out there to YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already, why not? We do a lot of cool live streaming. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, please do. We have super chat function in the chat, and then with the ACS stuff we are working on now, as you can tell, we're doing the pie thing, and we will talk more about what we're doing as we go along and at the end of the stream. So I think that kind of covers everything. Hope everybody, wherever you're at, watching us live or later on, enjoys what we do. We do this, and if you have questions, go ahead and put those questions in chat. We'll get those scooped up. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and that'll help us get your questions so we can read it and give you our best guess. Big news is Revan's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's on his way. Our Lord and Savior. Oh, wait. Someone, Jason Hommel just donated $5 to Latify, so you'll need to check that out, Finn. But for character-wise...
Is that camera up now?
No! Shut the hell up, Finn. I'm going to get to that. God!
I'm getting ready to eat.
I don't care. I'm doing stuff for the game. It ain't about you stuff for your face.
We have a $100 donation. I have to eat
Finn,
already.
Shut up, Finn. I swear to God, I'm going to destroy you today on live air. Can we talk about Galaxy Heroes, not your stupid pie crap? God.
We can eat while I'm
Shut
doing
up,
it.
Finn. Just shut up,
Finn's
Finn.
gonna be crying while he's eating later.
I swear. I swear to God. So you can see I'm working on my... I'm lucky that I have all these crystals. I'm going to be able to get these characters up really quick. So I'm going to go for them, guys. I'm going to try to do it may not be the first day, but I will have crystal income enough, and I have enough crystals. I'm just going to be buying the big crystal purchases. Force Master did let me know that the rewards, when they flip over, will contain those 25 2000 ones, so I'm going to be purchasing those. I don't need anything for Candor. It's just I'm working on Karth, Juhani, and Basla, but getting 25, and I'm hoping that it's 25 the week after that. I'll be able to get 50 of those, so that's going to be a huge deal for me getting these characters unlocked. I'm double farming Basla, Juhani. I'm regularly farming Karth. I'm going to spend a lot of my crystals on just getting shards for him. So that's kind of where I'm at. But good luck to everybody out there trying to get Revan. We know he's coming. We know there's reworks for Basla Fallen and HK47, so I'm sure there's going to be questions about that. So if you have questions related to Revan and stuff, please go ahead and put those in chat. Now, let me change things so we can see Finn eating pie. I was going to do the Ross review, but let's do everything Finn wants to do. Actually, I need to figure out where... Wait, let's see. How do I do this? Just do a zoom camera shot? There's Finn. All right, I just do Finn. Nothing else. There's Finn. Just stupid old Finn. All right, Finn. Everyone's watching you right now. I'm moving this next to the lunch stream so I can go back.
So first one is a shout out to Kyle Katarn, who donated $100. So I had to eat 20 bites, and he wanted chocolate. So I have the Hershey chocolate cream pie, and so there you go.
Okay.
I will have 20 bites of this one.
Well, go ahead, Finn.
You should. Can't. I thought you were gonna keep me like on the screen the entire time while you do the roster review and stuff. Just like make it small off the side.
I hate you. Jesus. How much? Give me a second because he's an idiot. All right, let me figure this out.
F1.
Shut up, Finn.
2.
Let's see. I had to switch camera. Stop eating because I have to see if I can.
Okay, I'm waiting on the 3rd.
So real quick, how should I mod my undergeared Phoenix for the Thrawn event?
Fast. Speed is more important than anything else.
Well, who's the most important character to make the fastest? That's the main question I have.
Zeb, we're the
Zeb?
Yeah, Zeb for the debuffs. I mean,
Zeb
if you got them
and
all
Hera.
even geared.
Yep. Zeb, because he's just ridiculously good with the stagger and everything, you're gonna need that staggered stick. And the other one is Hera, because the faster she goes, the faster the res comes up for her, and you can keep your guys alive a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
plus, like, the more Zeb counters and he hits people with daze, he's going to stun them too, so it's going to give you more turn meter manipulation with the stagger, yeah.
There, I have added the zoom.
Awesome.
So if we can see
Hooray!
Finn stuffing his face in the top corner, a little bitty.
Okay, I'm eating bite number 3.
All right, let's get to the damn roster review, which is more important than Finn stuffing his face full of pie. That's just.
I'm doing this for the HCS.
Hey, look! I got the life-size Velociraptor as another thing that they want me to buy from Amazon.com.
Nice.
Did
That's
we
a
add
buy.
that to the wish list yet, Finn?
Why did you tell me not to?
No, we should just for why not?
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
add the pickle also?
I mean,
See,
people
what
are-
we need
yeah.
is the life-size Velociraptor
With the singing pickle.
yodeling pickle.
Oh yeah, I've got the pickle and the Velociraptor, and then I mean, my list is weird. It's gonna have Voltron, life-size Velociraptor, pickle, computer screen. I mean, that's a trivia question right there.
So I was playing around with this yesterday to figure out what my ads were going to show. And mine were Best Buy, E-Trade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see, I'm refreshing now to see. There was a couple of other ones, but it was all like pretty much tech-based, except for E-Trade. Although that's kind of tech-based. but- Actually, right now, I just got Hertz and I got University of Phoenix.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Let's see here. So we're doing Sticky Rent today. And pretty simple, straightforward. Mods, Grand Arena, Territory War, Jedi Revan counters not using Jedi Revan. And should they stop farming Edda for Sith ships? So let's start with the mods. Well, the first thing I noticed that he's really hurting on his PvP with the Revan team. I looked at his speed on his Revan, so I was going through just real quick and looking. His speed on his Revan's not bad, 287. It's not where it needs to be, but, you know, Finn, if you want to start looking at mods for maybe if that's the fastest stuff, it looks like it is. But his Revan speed, 287, I don't know if he has the Gear 12 plus on there. Grandmaster Yoda 6,000 offense, I already looked at that. His General Kenobi, I wasn't really seeing anything. Now, he went speed and a defensive set on his Kenobi, but he went health and protection and defense and stuff on the mods, so I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, his Kenobi's got almost 70,000 protection and 36,000 health. That's fine. His Jolie, yeah, these mods need to be improved. His Jolie's super, the mods are not cutting it for him. His His health only 33. His protection is 31. That might be an issue why he's dying because Jolie's like getting crushed. So that may be something you may want to look at there. We want lots of health on Jolie. So let's maybe
his mods are.
Let's go to his
The
mods.
problem is he doesn't have a whole depth of mods.
Well, let me filter. I'm just going to go speed, secondaries like we always do. And we'll look at this.
His revenue is about as fast as it can be, just kind of eyeballing it. But he's... I think the one mod that's maybe in the wrong place is your triangle. I think if you use the triangle from BB-8...
Yeah, there's some more slicing he needs to do. He's done a pretty decent job with his mods, but yeah, we only have 336 mods total. Now, I don't know how much he has in his inventory, but this is equipped mods. This is all GG's going to show us.
Yeah, there's a couple changes you can make. First off, when you're doing a speed set, always use the speed set arrow because it is guaranteed to give you the maximum amount of speed possible for that character, right? So he's not using a speed set arrow. His 4-piece is actually the diamond, circle, square, and cross. So that needs to change. Your triangle should be the one that's on BB-8, and your cross should be the one that you currently have on CLS. That should add 5 plus 3, so that should add about 8 speed to your Revan.
Oh, there you go.
So what will that put his Revan at?
295.
295. That'll be a lot better for you compared to what you have.
Sure.
Don't worry about the 2-piece bonus. I think that's what you were kind of looking at. Do not worry about the 2-piece bonus. Revan is all about speed, right? So it's really important that you get his speed as high as possible. And we'll look at the other characters. I know Ranger just went through some of them, but we'll look at the modding of some of the other ones. But your Revan has to be as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's
So
about fast.
switch around the triangle, switch your arrows. Your entire right side needs to change. You want a speed set arrow, you want the BB-8 triangle, and you want the CLS cross. Whatever speed set arrow you want to use, it really doesn't matter. Speed set, speed primary, and let me actually just double check because I didn't check, but I assume he has speed set arrow. Yeah, you have a lot of them. You don't have them at 6E, so find one that you like and start taking it up to 6E if you want that extra 2 speed. But yeah, you want speed set arrow more than anything else on it. So that's kind of the first thing with them. Let me take a look again. Your Is there a reason why? Hold on. I'm trying to double check to make sure I'm not missing this. Yeah, you're missing something that's really going to help out your character, and it's just an Omega. Your Jolie is not maxed out on the Don't Interrupt Me ability, which is when it's maxed out,
it doesn't have the
it
Zeta.
adds crit avoidance equal to half of his tenacity, which is basically going to make it so your Jolie is never going to get crit. So you will want to put that Omega on, and it's just an Omega. It's not even a Zeta. You already have the Zeta done, right? So finish off your Jolie because you're missing that Omega. That needs to be done like pretty much now. Looking at, yeah, so your Jolie is modded with a bunch of health. I'm okay with this. Your Jolie's a little bit low on health. We'll have to take a look at your mods to see if you have anything better, but that's fine. Your Grandmaster Yoda is running an offense set. He's over 6,000 offense, so your Grandmaster Yoda is fine. And you looked at the Kenobi already, so yeah. I mean, it's a few little things that should help out your team. You finish off your Jolie's abilities. Make sure you Omega the Don't Interrupt Me, and then Revan, you can speed up a little bit.
All right, so that's a little bit of your modding and stuff that we looked at. The next thing he wanted was Grand Arena.
One down.
Just keep eating pie, Finn. Jesus.
So this one pie took about 10 bites. So I have one more chocolate one, and that should finish off Kyle Katurn's chocolate.
You're going to be a fat roly-poly by the end of this. You don't realize that, Finn. All that
I've
work
been
you've
good
done.
up until now. This is like my first splurge. I'm kind of going crazy with it, but this is my first splurge.
You think? A little nutso in the brain?
Next time on my 600-pound Finity.
I started off just working out and doing stuff. We're going to start eating pie.
It is pie day. and it's for the American Cancer Society. So this is all for a good cause.
Yeah, right. You just want to eat pie. This is a perfect opportunity for you to be eating for your sweet tooth fit.
And fundraise for the American Cancer Society.
Yeah.
See?
It's not all.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more donation. Hold on.
Yeah, I told you we had more donations, man. Ray Rock and some other people have donated.
No. We had Jason Hummel, right? So Kyle Returns is the one I'm working on. So he donated 100. So I'm eating my 20 bites of chocolate pie.
Sure.
Then Ray Rock donated 5. So I'm gonna have lemon meringue.
Okay.
Jason Hummel donated 5, but didn't mention which one he wanted me to eat. So Jason Hummel, let me know what you want to eat. And then Kayla, I hope I'm saying that right, Chaeela, Kayla, donated $20 and said lemon meringue. So I now have 5 bites of lemon meringue and 1 from Jason Hummel that's still pending after I eat this chocolate pie. I'm going to be out of chocolate after this, by the way, so it's only going to be lemon and apple.
Well, if you'd taken smaller bites, maybe you could have done more with the pie.
I'm not jipping people of the bites.
A bite is a bite. You don't have to make it Never mind, Finn. I can't deal with you. All right, let's filter through. Let's look through his teams for Grand Arena, and then somewhat for Territory Wars. So, we do videos all the time. Yesterday we had Urzatron on. It was really great to talk with him and answer questions and hang out. It was a blast. You want to stick with if you want to be like Urz and use crazy teams because you can. It's always fun, but we want to get to the basics. And I think your bounty hunter team's fine. They're gear 11. You got the Zed on Boss, so no problem there. That's a great team for defense. First order, how's your first order looking? Saying, get your Colorado to 11. You'll eventually need a Zeta. First order Stormtrooper, at least 11 with the Zeta. Executioner's 12.
Ranger, can you share your screen?
Why do I need to share my screen?
I can't see anything.
I can't because Finn's eating pie.
That's okay. I'll pull up the video. I'll pull up the stream.
Oh, you don't have the roster review? Finn,
It's
can
okay.
we get him
Can
access?
you link it in Zoom?
Yeah, give me
And
1 second to find it again.
Add Xylo to the roster review stuff so he can look at it, Finn. Good lord.
Sorry,
Oh,
Ranger.
yeah, Grim is getting it.
I know, but
There
I
we
mean,
go.
for future references, he can just go to
Oh,
Discord.
yeah. I'll add him.
So, Xylo,
And Alchi was asking how big the pieces, the bites that I was taking were. So
Big,
yeah.
yeah. He's overdoing it.
Ow.
Oh, for God's Jesus. All right, so first order, yeah, that's kind of, I know everybody's hoarding and getting ready for this event, so this is something to consider for the future. You know what, let's look how you are getting ready for your old Darth Revan coming up. Let's see how you're doing on your old Republic. You know you got Revan, but let's see how the other ones are going. Okay, you're trying. Basilisk 4, Kars 4, Candace is 4, Jahani's 3. Brother, you're going to have to go all in or spend some money, man. So I'd start now. If you have a ton of crystals and you want Darth Revan, you're going to have to invest. I already started. All right, Ouchie, I get it. You're in love with Urzatron. He is amazing. Ouchie's like, she's in love. It's Thrawn and Urzatron. I think if we could combine those two with a Scottish accent, Ouchie would never leave the house. So if you're a man and you want to date a beautiful woman by the name of Ouchie Dumpling, be blue, be Urzatrani, and have a Scottish accent, and then you win.
Would that make her dream person Urzathron?
Oh, Urzathron. Yes. Yes. All right. So you got some work to do there, but your Jedi we already talked about. Yeah, so. Let's see here. Let's look at your Imperial Troopers. This is a good offensive team. Great offensive team. Need some work, Stark. They just need Garrett. You need the Zed on Veers. Again, I know you're hoarding, but this is something for the future. I mean, Troopers are really amazing. If they go in there with weak sauce crap, or even stuff like Night Sisters, or team, this team can take almost anything out that's like that. It's ridiculous because if your Troopers go first, it's almost game over. It's ridiculous how hard these guys hit. They just go, and if they kill anybody, then they get turn meter, they get their protection back, and they get their health back. It's crazy. So let's see, Troopers. We know about your Jedi, Night Sisters. Let's look at your Night Sister team. Okay, solid enough. Gear 11. Probably need to work on Talia for the raid. That's an important one. At least get her to gear 11 for your phase 4 and just for your general overall Night Sisters team. I mean, we talked about the Night Sisters ad nauseum. They're great on offense, they're great on defense. You can mix and match pieces with it. Some people use Nest, some use Zeta Barris on this team in replace of Talia. For territory wars and Grand Arena, that's where you mainly do this. Not for the raid. Don't do that for the raid. So, yeah, there you go. Night Sisters. Look at your Rebels. Let's see how we're doing there. Has 330, has Chewbacca. Outstanding job. Have the pillars done. 3PO is almost 12. I love it. Great job with this. Yeah, you turn it Baisley, 7 stars. Not geared, but that's something you can work on in the future. They're a great little tag team you can add with people. Great job on the Rebels. Got the team basically lined up. Let's look at Resistance. Great job with your Resistance. Again, really good job. Pose 12, Fence 12 with the Zeta, JTR, BB-8. Awesome. Awesome job. I see we're going to Holdo, Ray, and yeah, great job with your Resistance. This is a great team for offense. You can clear pretty much most teams. Just a really good offensive team. Do not use this on defense because I swear to God the AI does some of the dumbest things with JTR that it's just ridiculous. Let's call it a 5th R2. No! Don't do that. Stupid AI. Look at your scoundrels. I don't think they're going to be as hot, but that's okay. Just want to get a sense of your roster. Nest, you've got 4-star gear 10. She is a character you can take to at that low stars to 11 and put a Z on. You'll get a lot of mileage out of her. I do like that you have Jango Fett 7 stars in gear 8. They give you some work with some of the other bounty hunters. Kira 6 stars, L3 7, good. Missions Albar.
Second chocolate one is done.
Thanks for the update.
I'm done with Kyle's.
Okay.
Kyle's 20 bites of chocolate are done.
So pretty solid there on the farming. So there's some ideas, but I mean, you know, your Rebels, your JTR, CLS is great on offense. It's a free win. JTR is pretty much a free win. You know, those
Real quick too, when you brought up Nest, his Wampa's a 7-star gear 8 too, so
very nice.
it's another standalone character that you can put some gear on that'll benefit you a lot.
Yeah.
Wampa's amazing, just like Nest.
Yeah. Does he have Herbert Yoda?
I didn't see Hermit Yoda. Let me double check
Go back
here.
to Jedi. I didn't even think we did. Where's Hermit?
Yeah, he's got a gear 12 with the
Good,
Zeta.
very
so
nice.
Really nice. He's probably got the one with the strength close to the Force too, looks like. Gigi will pull it up. Yep, strength goes to the Force, and then the do or do not is just a plus for later on.
Alright. Last but not least, the Sith. Good job. You got a 5-star trip, but the 2 Zetas on Palpatine. Sign needs a Zeta, but he's gear 11, so is Nihilus, the trooper he's working on. So all in all, and Sith, you kind of mix and match. Zali, we did the Sith Trooper Vader team against Rogue One, decimated it. That's a fun team you can use in Grand Arena, or if you just want to be safe, do not use Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
We tried this in my Grand Arena. Palpatine, it gave me 2 defensive wins. However, it doesn't hold because you can just take something out and it just doesn't regen health and protection. Great. This is more of an offensive team. Your trade team you can leave on defense because it does. A lot of teams that we leave on what the hell is that?
I dropped my toys while grabbing my water bottle.
Really, Finn?
I'm getting fat. It's hard for me to grab it without knocking everything over.
Quick! Well, he's not paying attention. For it.
Wow. I mean, how do you like to use the Sith Silo when you're doing Grand Arena? And you see what you did? Finn?
Sorry, I was on mute.
The toys are invading you.
Yeah, me too. The kids' toys are all over the house. So
yeah, kids' toys. Yeah.
It's very situational.
Just on my own.
That's awesome, actually.
It's Spider-Ham.
So like for the Sith, it's very situational. I like to use like a mix of Sith and Empire with my AP teams. Sometimes like just squeeze my Zeta Savage in there on offense. I know Finn likes that one, so. And then like again,
and it fixed his AI.
I know. Oh
fixed his
my God,
AI.
yeah.
I'm so happy.
Bro, when you got excited last night, I was like, yes, bro. I had the exact same reaction. I was so pumped. I've had Savage Zeta a long time. And I mean, like the Triumvirate, that's again situational. I don't really put the Triumvirate on defense, even at the 4.5 million GP bracket. And you can split the Triumvirate up into two teams on offense too if you need some more depth. If you want to use Trey as isolate and Nihilus as annihilate on two separate teams, it's a big benefit for you too. If you got some extra geared characters like Dooku or Sith Assassin, they fit into those EP or Treya teams very well too. So, and even some situations I'll use Sith Assassin on my Rex Wampa team with Visas and her for some stuns, some turn meter manipulation on the opponent's team too as well. So there's a lot of different places you can fit a few Sith. Sith Trooper works well in EP or Treya teams, so or just as an auto taunter. So, a lot of different situational pieces.
Science. All right. I think that kind of covers some of the teams you can use in Grand Arena, what you need to work on, things of that nature. So let's see what else you wanted.
I've eaten my 5 bites of lemon meringue.
Oh, okay. Great. Thanks
Jason
for that.
Hummel said it's my choice as to what I want next. So I haven't opened it yet. So I just opened it. It's a small Dutch apple pie. So I'll take a bite out of this first.
Ooh, also one more Sith team I like to use too. It works for 3v3 or a shorthanded team. The Zeta Savage with Fallen Bastila, just those two pieces. She gives the extra defense, and then Savage already has the awesome defensive lead. And again, with her shocks and stuns, she can kind of slow their team down while you chip away at them, and Savage just does his dunk on them. It's awesome.
He also wants to know about, Sticky Rin wants to know about Jedi Revan counters not using Jedi Revan. There's not a lot.
Yeah, right? Well, we don't even know what the kid is, but I mean, like, situational, like CLS, Night Sisters, maybe JTR, the top tier teams,
That's
right?
it. You can't go in there with troopers and go, I've got this.
Yeah. And I mean, like...
I've got bounty hunters. I'm going in against Revan. Look out for... and I'm dead.
I mean,
I bet you Vince will find the way to do it, though.
there are a few counters to Revan teams. But again, the question is whether if you're talking, he's talking in the context of like Grand Arena and Territory Wars, right?
Yeah, Jedi Revan counters not using Jedi Revan mirror match, basically.
But he has Revan, so I'm assuming he's talking about in the context of Grand Arena and Territory Wars. So one thing you can do, and I mentioned this on the stream yesterday, right? Timing out is a great way to beat a Revan team. And what do I mean by that?
The Night Sister strategy, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So Night Sisters is actually a great team to use against it. So the strategy is fairly simple, right? Again, depends on your fight. There are some teams that can beat Revan straight up in a mirror, not in a mirror match, but in a one-on-one. CLS can, if you have them modded right. Treya is usually the easiest one, right? So Treya, Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and then either Fallen Bastila, Emperor Palpatine, or Sith Trooper. Any one of those three, each one of them is a little bit different, so you pick which one you like. Fallen Bastila tends to have the best success, and you kind of go from there. You do need a fast Thrawn. It doesn't have, if it's faster than the Revan, then you're golden, right? But if it's not faster, then it's a little bit trying to make sure that your Treya survives, so you need the protection modding and all of that. So that's the other part, right? The other one is the Zeta Finn team. I've been playing around with it. I can kind of get it to work. There's certain things you don't want to do, right? Like you want to target General Kenobi at the beginning because you want to make sure that the exposes are staying on the same target as you're going over and over again. You don't want to target Jolie because Jolie has crazy amounts of tenacity. So landing any kind of additional expose from Resistance Trooper and the team being Finn, Resistance Trooper, C-3PO, Han, and Chewie. You want to try and make sure that you're getting exposes up as much as possible. And if you attack Jolie, then Resistance Trooper is kind of negated there. So that's part of it, right? And I've been playing around with it. I'm getting a little bit better at it. It's still not the easiest team to use in order to beat Revan, but it potentially can. But the timeout strategy is, if you guys aren't aware, right, one of the biggest things in Territory Wars is making sure that you don't feed turn meter, which means that you go in on an attack, and by the time that you're done, none of the other characters are dead, and all of them now have turn meter, even though they maybe lost like 10% protection or 20% protection, or maybe even lost all their protection and have like 5% less health from max, or whatever it is, right? If they're not dead, all you are doing is providing it so the next person that's coming in is going to have like turn meter ahead of time, and potentially their entire team can go. Maybe like they'll probably all go at least once. Potentially, they might even go twice, depending on what team you're going in and how slow they are. So, feeding turn meter. Normally, what you do is you retreat or you force close the game, right? But this isn't what timing out is. Timing out means taking the batch to a draw. And when you do that is if you're fighting a Revan team, you use your characters, whatever it is, let's say Night Sisters, right? You try to spread plague all over the place. You try to kill off at least one character, which means you've killed somebody once already, and because then Revan triggers, and then you have to kill somebody one more time, right? If you manage to kill Revan, but you are afraid that Jolie is going to res on his next turn, you just leave the game for the remainder of the time, whatever it is, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, whatever is left. Once you kill Revan, right, and you're afraid that Jolie's going to res, just time out the battle. What happens is, while the other team may have turn meter on their next attempt, Revan is no longer there. So you're going to be fighting a Revan team without Revan. And so you can now take out that team because chances are it's running like the Grandmaster Yoda lead. And you don't have to worry necessarily about any of the like the reses or the direct focus and all that. So timing out is basically allowing you to kill a character without having to fully go through the match and not having Jolie res again. So it might not necessarily be about the teams, but also the strategy you use in order to beat Revan. But this also depends on your opponent and whether he was able to beat all of your teams in one shot and can you afford a 2-shot and all of that kind of stuff.
That's science. All right. And then the last thing is ships. He says, well, give me a second. Where'd it go? Wait, where's the roster? There it is. Stop farming ETA for Sith ships. Finn, what do you think?
I mentioned this before, right? If ETA is a ship that can provide you benefit in fleet, then do it. It's all about the payoff for actually farming something.
He's 6 stars on the on ETA. Finish that thing, man.
Yeah.
So
Because I mean, like,
and your Anakin's gear 12. Yeah, finish ETA. Come on.
If you had asked before, I would have told you to work on the Sith. But if your ETA is at 6-star, right, then go ahead and finish him off, and then you can work on Sith. Sith is a predictive farm. ETA is a value farm, meaning that it's a ship that you're trying to get for its ability to help you in fleet. And right now, there isn't a huge thing for fleet, right? You're rank 1 in fleet. You're not going to really get much of a payoff by working on ETA or anything like that. So for you, definitely go ahead. And I mean, you're actually using ETA in your fleet. So I stand corrected here. ETA is in your fleet. So 100%.
yeah, finish that thing.
Yep. 100% get him to 7-star.
And that's it. That's it for the roster review. So Sticky Ren, if you we didn't shout out his guild, Aces Ravens. So shout out to your guild. But if you have more questions about your roster, just reach out to us directly. You can do that. Dr. Finn, how do folks get a roster review?
Simple. Head on to the RSG Discord, message me Affinity with your GG page, and just tell me that you want a roster review. Make sure I respond to you, that I have added you to the queue. And once I do that, then we will message you as your time gets closer. We'll schedule a day. We'll go through everything that you want us to review, all that fun kind of stuff.
Outstanding. All right. So that is our roster review for today. Thank you, Sticky Ren. Hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions about what we said or anything like that, as I said, reach out to us. All right. Now we're back to time for questions.
Well, real quick, an update. I now have a 6-star Thrawn and a 6-star Chimera. I'm sorry I can't get them 7-star yet because I don't have Terra 7-star. And I'm sorry I couldn't share the screen with you guys because my internet sucks. But yeah.
Why isn't your hair?
Sorry, people kept on asking.
Why is your hair not 7 stars, there, young man?
Because I'm too busy trying to get Revan.
Okay.
Which one?
The other fake one.
Darth Revan.
No, not Darth Revan.
Oh,
the original. As Hideous would call it, Jevin.
Okay.
So yeah.
Look, it's Mike Hunt, everybody. Again.
Hey, Mike.
Hello. Who's that warrior?
Warrior? What the hell are you talking about?
Hang on, no, who just said hey, Mike?
I wish I was Warrior.
What the hell?
I'm flattered, though. Thank you.
Jeez. Mike, you've heard Warrior's voice enough over the years that you should know who the hell
It
Warrior
was really quick. It was a really tiny soundbite. I'm like, oh,
Really?
Is that really, really? Don't forget, I'm from the future, so everything you say is condensed.
Well, yeah, that's wrong. It's happening
All right,
now.
so I have like 5 bites of lemon meringue left, and I have a lot of apple pie left.
Well, so Finn, tell people what you're doing because I've said it enough.
So it is Pie Day. So happy Pie Day to everybody. And in honor of Pie Day, I am eating pie. I've been good all the way up until now. So tomorrow is going to be a massive run day for me.
Meringue's not pie.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I can so see
The
it
meringue
before.
part is not, but I'm eating the whole pie, Mike.
Is
I'm
there
not just
pastry
eating the
involved?
meringue.
There has to be pastry for it to be a pie.
What do you mean pastry?
What are you talking about, you psycho?
A pie has pastry.
What? All right, Mike.
What do you mean pastry? It's a
Pastry,
British
flour,
terminology.
It is
flour
pastry.
and water.
It does have flour crust. You knucklehead!
It
I
has a crust,
swear.
Mike.
Oh, right. Oh, no, it needs a base as well. Otherwise, it's not a pie.
does,
It's
lemon
just a
cream.
dish with a bit of
It's
pastry
lemon
on the top.
cream. There's lemon cream with meringue on top, and it has like a graham cracker crust. What the hell do you want? What else do you want from a pie?
I want something that is enclosed in pastry to be a pie.
We're not having chicken pot pie, although that would be a pretty good lunch.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be.
I could have done chicken pot pie. I might have to go get a chicken pot
That's-
pie.
I had venison meatballs for lunch. Oh, they were good. Homemade.
Okay, but anyway, now I'm getting distracted. And I want a
I
chicken.
think what Mike wanted you to eat was a blancmange.
I don't know what the hell
Oh,
that is.
no,
Okay.
that's
So,
nasty.
in any case,
Pink gunky
I am
stuff.
because of Pie Day. I am eating pie.
What the?
And so, if you guys look, we're raising money for the American Cancer Society still. Anything you guys donate, every $5 you donate to the Tiltify page, regardless of what you donate to, you can donate to a poll, you can donate to a reward, you can donate to a challenge, whatever it is. Whatever you donate to, every $5, I will take a bite of pie. And in the comments, when you guys are donating, tell me what you want me to take a piece of a bite from. I have finished all the chocolate. Shout out to Kyle Katarn, who donated $100, and I had to eat 20 bites of the Hershey chocolate cream pie. So my 2 slices of that are gone. I have about 5 bites left of the lemon meringue pie, and then I have a good amount of my Dutch apple pie left. So you guys can pick from lemon or apple. Just donate, and I will, I will eat a bite for every $5. And this is, again, I'm doing this for the American. I mean, I have to run all this off tomorrow, so it's not like I'm not.
I think your dentist should waive their fee and donate that to charity as well. So,
Hey, my teeth are awesome. I've never had a cavity. I've never had braces.
Until now.
have you ever eaten this amount of pie in this short a period before?
Yes.
Yeah, I can still
Way to
see it
go.
tonight. Tonight he'll hop in voice chat on Discord and it'll be like, oh, I ate too much pie.
Tactical Monsters is going to be Tactical Finn sleeping from a sugar coma.
My teeth are healthy. They're currently in Guatemala being cleaned.
That's not wrong.
It is wrong. My teeth are in Honduras, not Guatemala.
All right. Let's get to some questions there. If you guys would like to donate to the Tiltify and have Finn eat pie, then have at it. Have at ye. So
I can feel the sugar level getting too high at this point too. So now every bite is going to be a.
that's why you need to be drinking alcohol while you're doing this.
No, I'm drinking water.
Hang on, you're in medicine. Just go and get a couple of strips of metformin. That'll do you.
Metformin is too long. Is too long acting. I need like a shot of insulin.
Because diabetes.
All right,
Yeah, so if
questions.
you guys donate again, I ate. Oh, so just quick, I ate 20 bites of chocolate for Kyle Katurn, and I had 5 bites of lemon meringue, 1 for Ray Rock, and 4 for Kayla, and I hope I'm saying that right. And then I had 1 bite of apple pie for Jason Hummel. there you go.
Science. All right, questions, Finn. Or have you have you been collecting questions, or do I need to do it?
I have NotBite open. I can get it.
Okay. I know you're busy stuffing your face, but
Yeah, a little. It's good pie.
I bet it is.
I have to say, I am so glad they did the the 6 hard battles instead of the 3 and 3.
Yeah.
So
All right.
nice.
Oh yeah, love it. Mm-hmm.
So,
I do the nose for the ghost. Do the black golden eyeballs.
All right. So first question from Darth Hideous. Question: did Grim finally get his 7-star Thrawn today?
Unfortunately, only 6-star.
Well, you better
And if
keep
you guys want to see where Grim is on his roster, we have a challenge open that you guys can donate to right now for a Grim's roster review. We're doing another 12-hour stream on March 30th.
Roast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're roasting the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys want to see us roast Grim's roster, head on to the Tiltify page and donate to the challenge for Grim's roster roasting. It is at 275 out of 500. We will do that during the 12-hour stream that we're planning on March 30th. So March 30th, 12-hour stream, Grim's roster roasting. We need to get that done before then. And obviously, if you donate right now, I'm also going to eat a bite of pie of your choice.
All right.
I'm pointing the fork at the camera. Okay. Next question is from Ski Trooper. I'm almost done with Django. Should I put the second Zeta on his leader? What is the best bounty hunter comp? Is it best on offense or defense in territory wars and Grand Arena?
Let's see here. His leadership Zeta is his when he kills somebody, they don't come back, right?
No, that's his special.
Special.
I think it's the everybody gets bounty. No, everybody gets bounty. It's extra offense. Yeah, extra offense for the lead.
Is it extra offense and the opposition have less offense?
I think I don't know if it's with or without the Zeta, but it could be the
okay.
bonus
Enemies have
20%.
Enemies have 20% less potency for each debuff on bounty hunter allies, and bounty hunters have 35% offense while they have bounty hunters resolve.
So it's just extra bonuses for having bounty hunters resolve, fulfilling the contract. And it's hard to
And
fill the contract
reduce
too.
potency on who you're facing, so that can help also.
Yeah, that one actually is a good Zeta. I've heard Van Seal talk very good things about it, so
yeah,
that was a while back.
I don't know. I've been working on the bounty hunters the last couple months, and I mean, I did Orasing's lead, and I've done Boss's lead, but I don't know. I mean, if I had to pick a third one out of those two, I would probably pick Embo's lead over Django's because I use Embo's lead.
Well, his
lead
gives
a little bit more.
It's the speed and stuff that he gives right to the bounty hunters. Which can make them.
Where he's coming from with it. Too,
you could really. Do
it's not
crazy...
just bounty hunters; it's scoundrels.
Well, scoundrels. Yeah,
sorry,
I said I misspoke.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. The only reason that
You're right.
I mentioned that is because I see a lot of nasty teams where you get a Django lead and then they put a nest in there, and you got to factor in that nest, whatever speed it is plus 30.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Like the best team that I've seen on Django, right, is a 3v3 team of Django, Boba, and Nest. And it's just a crazy team to try and beat. And for that, I mean, you really don't need the leader Zeta. It helps, but you don't really need it. And the way I've been using Django lately that I've found is fairly useful is putting him as a 5th under a boss lead. Right, so it's boss, Boba, Greedo, and then I use Dengar, and then Django, right? So that's the other team that I found really useful. Again, that one is without even Django in the lead, right? So it just depends on where you're using him. You can use him in the lead with a bounty hunter team. He can work well. You can use him outside of a lead, and he can work really well. Just depends on where you plan on using him and whether or not it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, like what I've been doing with the bounty hunters for Grand Arena is I'll stick the boss lead with the original trilogy bounty hunters, right? So IG-88, Greedo, Dengar, and Boba, and they're all gear 12. And then what I'll do is I'll put Django lead with the Clone Wars bounty hunters. So I've clocked those ones except for Aura and Embo for speed. So Zam's going to go and she's going to start throwing thermals everywhere. She's already modded for like 259 speed. She's almost 300 speed. She's going to get those thermals off a couple times. And then who's the fifth there? Django, Aura, Embo, Zam, and who's the fifth there? Clone Wars. Can't remember. Pull it up here.
Cad?
Yeah, Cad Bane, yeah. Yeah, to the Clone Wars, yeah. So he gets some good speed going, and he's stunning the team a little bit more. It takes off a lot faster than, and the only reason why I said I would do Embo lead as the third one is because he's great in phase 1 of the Sith raid. But if you're using Django lead over for like
who's in the middle of the jungle with that damn bird?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm on the patio and there's seagulls out here. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, Django lead's great.
Tell
If you want to
your
do it,
apprentice to force choke him.
No,
do
no, don't do that.
Shoo away the seagulls.
See, I
Force
love that
choke
aura
the
lead.
seagulls.
That aura lead
Yeah, she's
where
amazing.
all the attackers are stealthed, and as soon as you hit the contract, they have 50% counter. So it's kind of a bit of Embo and aura, and yeah.
That's the worst thing too. Is like that's why I started gearing up the whole gang, is because I'm stretching them out into phase 1 and phase 3, and I've got some film. I'm putting it together. I'm gonna try and put out the video today. So, yeah.
Science. All right, next question, Finn.
All right. Next question is from Proper Catch. Around the corn, what's everyone's favorite pie?
Chocolate silk.
Mine is actually just a simple cherry pie. I intentionally did not get it because it would be very hard for me to resist eating a chocolate pie without a donation. I like all these other ones, but yeah. Kidney pie? Is that what you said?
Steak and kidney.
Steak and kidney pie.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you could really classify it as a pie, but like I love cherry
It's a
cheesecake.
pie.
That's
Yeah,
my favorite.
No, cheesecake is not a
Cherry
pie.
cheese.
Sorry,
cherry
that's
cheesecake.
not
My
a
grandma-
pie.
My grandma makes the best cherry cheesecake. I can't help it.
And although it's not a pie, pecan pie for sweet.
So interesting.
I think you
Cheesecake is kind of like
pronounce
a
them
middle
pecans
ground.
or something.
Do you see a cheesecake as kind of like a middle? It's like its own thing. Like cheesecake.
It's just
is
its own
either-
dessert. It's not like a pie.
Yeah,
it's not
like
a
a
cake.
cake,
It's a-
nor is it really a pie. It's just kind of like its own thing.
Yeah.
Which
Totally
way
love
round
it,
do you have baked cheesecakes or the
Yeah, there's
cream
baked cheese. There's both.
Both.
See, blackcurrant cheesecake that's not baked. Oh,
Oh,
With
man, I'm
extra
getting
sharp
hungry.
Mine is
blackcurrants.
lime.
Key lime.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my
I
favorite.
haven't had key lime pie in a while. That's a good one.
So good, especially with a nice ice cold Corona
That'd be good.
or soul.
with a lime.
Yes.
Always.
Oh man, now I'm gonna
I
have to
once
take
ate
the
at a
Mexican
party
food
with
restaurant after.
Couple of boxes of. Do you have soul in the States?
Have what?
SOL. It's like Corona, bottle wise, except it says Sol, which I believe is sun in Mexican. It's a
Yeah.
Mexican beer.
Spanish.
I don't know if you've heard-
Spanish. Mexican is
It's
not a.
Mexican.
Yes, we do have it here.
Un cerveza, por favor. There you go.
We are cultured in
Spanish.
pie,
One
but not in languages. All right. Next question. Darth Hideous, question for Ranger. Mighty Wallets, explain this.
Wallet Warriors some of Wallet Warriors and some have joined MC. So we've got new players everywhere that joined the guilds that have kind of come in. So guild transition, man.
Yeah. MC is turned into MW now.
Not all be MC.
That's what everyone is calling it. All right.
Mighty Wallace.
Next question, Proper Catch. Do you guys think the new rebuff Fear, Fallen Bastila's ability Fear, and her rework will have any correlation?
Yes.
I think so.
Could they not go for Wallet Chlorians? Because the
Yeah, we're
initials
on to the
just
next
make
question,
think of
Mike.
people think
God
of
dang,
toilet.
Mike, live in the now. would
Mighty
ya?
Wallace sounds so much better though.
You're one question
Mighty
too late.
Wallace.
Yeah, and thanks
The
for
WCs.
yeah, thanks for playing, Mike. Thanks for your input. Always in the future, my ass. Okay,
They're
next
wallet chlorine. Just call yourself Wallet Chlorians and move on. Okay.
Well,
So,
no.
yeah.
Well, they're
Mighty
still
Wallet
Yeah, we're still Mighty Chlorians. It's just they just.
So there probably is with everything they've shown, right? It's quite possible that we're gonna see the next trio, kind of like the Sith Triumvirate, right? We have Traya, Scion, Nihilus. We have CLS, Han, Chewie. You can kind of put them together with JTR, BB-8, and R2. I mean, we have kind of these like triumvirate teams, right? I think it's very likely that we're going to see a triumvirate of Darth Revan, Fallen Bastila, and HK-47. And I think this is an interesting trio that may end up matching very well against some other things. So be on the lookout for that. That would be my guess.
Yeah, and I mean, like the last couple of weeks, we've been saying, before that they would release the event announcement, right? That they would get the rework. I mean, like they didn't give us a time frame for any of this stuff, right? But we were already saying that with the screenshots and everything else coming out, like Treya's not in that comp anymore, so now you got a Treya lead Sith team, you got a Palpatine lead Sith Empire team, and then you'll have this new triumvirate with Scion and Nihilus in there, and it just looks, I mean, Scion and Nihilus are like two of the best Sith pieces, let alone pieces in the game, right? So them fitting in with that new triumvirate, like Ben was just saying, makes total sense.
All right. Next question is from Moss Mike. He says, anyone else disappointed that the image of Darth Revan shows him with a single red lightsaber?
Well, when he was a Sith, he had a single red lightsaber. He didn't get the other lightsaber until he just became Revan.
Yeah, this
purple.
isn't the true Revan.
Yeah, it's not true Revan.
This is just another version of Jevin.
But a cooler version, Darth Revan. So.
Well, then it's setting up for like Revan Redeemed too, right? So the Jedi has the purple lightsaber, the Darth Revan has the red lightsaber, and then Revan
just
Redeemed.
Good old. It's just called Revan.
We've got 5 Chewies already.
Silo, don't be adding.
We're still
crap
waiting.
that
Apparently, we're
no.
getting Carbonite Hand later on.
Well, it is Revan Redeemed.
Well, if we get
right?
Carbonite,
like they add the hyphenation in there.
If we
right?
get Carbonite Han, it has to be the Peter Griffin version.
We
sorry.
Carbonite Han, we better
Sorry.
get Slave Leia.
Sorry. That's been in there for a while. Oh, I'm so sorry.
With the killing blow that is, shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Meg.
All right.
All right, next question from Eternal Revan. Does everyone pretty much agree that Jedi Knight Revan will probably be completely useless against our true Lord and Savior?
No. It'll be one of the counters to it.
Yeah, it'll like make the arena.
Who knows what it ends up being?
So I was theorying earlier, we're going to have Rock, Dark Rock, Paper, Scissors. So Revan, Darth Revan, Treya, and CLS. Those are going to be your 4 teams. You're actually going to have 4 teams in Arena now. Yay!
You can still have those people that are running, like Night Sisters, JTR, CLS, possibly too. So the arena will be broken down again like it's supposed to be.
And unfortunately, all of them will just mash up the separatists without breaking sweat.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, next question.
Next question, Ski Trooper. Is Kermit a good voice for berating Finn? What Ranger impression is preferred for blaming Finn?
I think I just kind of go with the moment,
I think Voltron, he's far more sarcastic.
The Swedish chef.
Stupid Finning.
Because he doesn't know what you're saying when you do the chef, right? So you got to do Harry Carey all the time. I'll come at you hard.
Apparently, you blued it on the golfer is blood on the carpet in Swedish.
What?
I learned that with a Christopher Robin poem that I won't repeat now.
This Discovery Channel moment brought to you by Mike Hunt.
But I will put it in a sound file and you can bid on it if you want.
What? No.
It's a very good Christopher Robin poem.
No.
We just got a $25 donation from Ouchie.
Oh.
She said, "Eat lemon pie, Finn."
So, 5 bites, right?
I think this is gonna finish off my lemon pie here. So.
Do it all in one bite. Do it.
We had lemon drizzle case the other day.
Shut the whole pie in your face!
I'm eating.
Do it now.
Come on! What are you doing, Finn?
What are you waiting for?
Come on! Stop bullshitting! All right, next question, Finn.
Hold on.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
I was gonna try to talk with it, but I just waited. Can't touch this question. I attained 7-star Thrawn on 2 accounts with Gear 8 Phoenix Squad. Why did Rangers scare me like that?
Because you need to be scared. Because if you saw what I went through and it made you get it, then I did my job. So, fear is a powerful motivator.
It just means you did what he told you to do, basically.
Yeah,
You know?
which was
You got
not
your
do
good
what
mods
Ranger
on there.
did. Yeah, do not do what Ranger did. If you want to see what I did wrong, just go watch all those videos. We have montages of them every. Jesus.
That reminds me of this meme I saw the other day about the C-3PO event with the Ewoks. It was like, oh, I've done the event like 3,000 times, and it's like you only need to beat it once.
The lemon pie is done. Haha. The only thing left is apple. Apple is my last remaining pie. All right. Next question is from TiloMad92. Question: would a Xeris on a spirit team work with Ventress lead sisters in the raid? I'm looking for an okay raid team, but also a good PvP for Grand Arena and Territory Wars. What's the best Night Sister comp for that?
For Grand Arena and Territory Wars, yes. That's a nice little comp. For raid, no.
Well, I've been putting my Barris down with my Night Sisters.
I always get better
Grand
scores with
Arenas
just
and-
Night Sisters. You know, now Grand Arena and Territory Wars is different, right?
Yeah.
Because with the stun and Xeris, I mean, that's nice. That's a real nice comp. But for just damage, no. It just
you want
does.
all Night Sisters.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
Because
just
the leadership for one, for two, the other sisters are gonna go a couple of times before Barris can go again. Mother Talzin's assist, her 212th attack, you need all 5 of them to be Night Sisters. And then the comps, like people always ask, what's the 5th for the raid and everything like that. Talia definitely for the raid. And then for Territory Wars, Acolyte is a good one that most people already have. And she has so much survivability on her own, more survivability even than Spirit. But if you have Spirit, she hits like a truck, she stuns, and she has that foresight too. I actually just went against one with my Trooper team. All the Night Sisters were Gear 12, except for Spirit, who was the 5th. I went in there with my Gear 11 Troopers, and as soon as one stun got put onto my Troopers, Plague started going around, and then it cost me the whole match. So you have to be careful of Gear 12 Night Sisters, and even if Spirit's not Gear 12 in that lineup, she can really be underestimated because of her speed too. Her speed's usually in the 220 to 240 range, even at Gear 11. So you got to be careful with those Night Sisters, and just stretching the whole faction out other than Initiate is totally worth it. I've been doing it personally myself too. So
science.
The sugar coma started to hit me.
Oh, boo hoo.
Next question from Doja-san. Around the corn. When mod farming, slicing, farming, what is your personal strategy? Do you save mats up for a week, then spend it all, or just slice daily? How many crystals daily?
I slice daily, twice. You're going to get your energy back fast, so I pick character mod that I'm working on, and then I stick with it till it's sliced, and I go to the next one. And I do it twice a day. So it's...
No, I have gone back to farming if I feel that some of the mods aren't worth it.
Sure.
Right? But in that case, again, just a daily thing, right? I farm mods for like 3 days, and then I'll go back to slicing or something like that. I haven't gone until I get a particular mod, because that'll take forever. And then not slicing also delays your roster. So if I feel like I need particular mods, I think the last ones that I did, I was farming some crit damage mods, because I felt I was a little bit low in some of the stats, like the offense primaries on those. So I farmed crit damage for like 3 days, and then I just went back to slicing. And I'll probably go back to farming some more mods here in a little bit.
Oh, I just saw that from Kipper Snack. Question: will Finn sing to me for my birthday? Well, Finn, usually I get asked all the birthday requests with voices and stuff, but they want you to sing for their birthday.
All right. I don't mind. Let's see. Do you want me to sing in any particular voice? It's all going to sound the same.
Just say sing.
I can either sing with myself or...
They just want Finity to sing them a song.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kipper Snack. Happy birthday to you.
There you go.
Woo!
Yeah.
I was really expecting you to do the Marilyn Monroe version, though.
Oh, I can do the Marilyn Monroe version.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
I can do my Kermit.
Let's please God don't.
Next question is from, let's see, Darth Scion, 1972. Question for the panel. Everyone is panic gearing right now for the event. Do you think CG will make it extremely difficult? I am gearing everyone to gear 9 first, then all to gear 10. Thoughts? Wait!
What?
Why are you jumping into the gear? Seriously,
We don't
if
know
these
yet.
aren't characters you plan on using, just farm the gear without putting the gear on. There's no reason to
We
take
don't
them
know.
to gear 9. You'll be able to take them to gear 9 once you see the event, right? So unless you plan on using them, now they're not bad characters, right? You can use a Karth lead with Canderous and Juhani and then like Mission Zalbar. You have a really solid team there. But if you don't plan on taking them up to gear 11, just wait. You're wasting gear potentially if all you need is like gear 8. And they're just saying it's difficult, but all you need is gear 8, then why bother?
Why bother?
Please
Indeed.
wait. We say this all the time. Wait until it comes out. There's nothing wrong with preparing, but now you've taken action. That's different. So now if it's not difficult, you're going to get upset, right? Because now you have a bunch of characters at gear 9 and you fluffed your GP for no reason.
Yeah, say fluffed your GP. Yeah.
So just wait.
Well-
There's no hurry.
I don't know. The Karth team is a good team, dude.
It is. I'm not saying it's a bad team, but obviously I don't know what his priorities are right now in gearing, right? Like if he's still working on, I don't know, like a CLS team, I would definitely say work on CLS over that one. But I don't know his full roster. So I would just say just wait a little bit to do it. Collect all the gear, but just wait.
And if you've waited this long, wait another week and a half.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it's right around the corner, and then when you get the event in hand and you can throw your characters into the event, then you'll know what the scale is. Because if you're not gearing the Karth team now or have Mission and Zalbar or Karth geared, then there's no point in investing in Juhani and Canderous at the moment, right? And yeah, they fit in other teams, but you're not going to get a lot of value out of that as opposed to saving the gear, because then you're going to not have the gear to gear up Revan. So
Science. Next question.
Finn's talking, but
You're
he's muted.
I'm talking but muted. Yeah, I would just say they're good for the investment, but it just depends on where you are and whether this is a team you can focus on.
yeah, like if you can squeeze Bastila into like a Jedi team
Mhm.
until you get the Karth team running, or Canderous into a dot team with like Vader or something like
Yeah.
that, or another scoundrel piece. So
All right, RSG Vormax question. May I have some pie? I'm hungry. Well, you have to go and buy it.
I want some of
Pretty much
your.
it.
I want some of your.
I mean, you can have some pie. Not for me. I have to eat mine for cancer research. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Darth Hideous question: how is Finn gonna run a half marathon if he won't stop eating all the pie?
Right.
I'm not eating it all the time. It's just today. Today's a special day. Today is pie day, and I can already feel this not being happy on my stomach. It's a lot of sugar. All right. Next question, Sithlord72. Question: I have Jedi Knight Revan, but won't get Darth Revan the first time around. Should I work on farming the characters now for next time, or work on the Kira Stall team?
Kira Salting.
I would get ready for it as soon as you can, and then go back to the Kira Stall team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You
I
get the
would-
value, like we were just talking about, right? It's like so you can go back.
Kira
to that
Salting!
team. You can go back to the Kira Stall team after you get the pieces for Darth Revan, because then you can comfortably gear the Karth, Mission Zalbar, Canderous, Juhani team, and you'll have the pieces for Darth Revan all at once.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is also how far away are you from Darth Revan, right? Like, if you're close, that's one thing. Me, for example, right? I have Karth right now at like 40 something out of 65, right? So I know I need about 100 and almost 200 shards by the next time that Darth Revan comes out if I want to get him, right? So I have to start farming him now, otherwise I'm going to miss him. So it depends on where you are and how much time you need to farm these characters in order to make sure that you get him the second time around. We don't know what the kit is yet for Darth Revan, nor how effective he's going to be, right? So that always is something to take into consideration. And Kira Stahl is the team that you know, but what you can work on with the nice part about it, right? Kira Stahl is not right now doesn't have a super spot in raids. And so Kira Stahl ends up being a team that you can use in Grand Arena and Territory Wars, right? The stars aren't as important. So as long as you have those characters unlocked, right, you can gear them up and use the Kira Stahl team wherever you want. And then still work on the shards for your Darth Revan. So you can kind of do both at the same time. You can go back to farming the stars and stuff for the different Kira Stahl characters once you're done with your Darth Revan farm. So you can probably balance both of them to some extent, focusing with the stars on the Darth Revan first, and then the gear on the Kira Stahl team, and then coming back to the stars on the Kira Stahl.
Yeah, I agree. You want to get on that Darth Revan because more than likely he will be meta. The Kira Stahl team is not meta, so.
Yeah.
Well, and like Finn was saying too, when you get the characters for Darth Revan, right? Then when you start with the Kira Stahl team, you can kind of stretch those into 3 different teams at that point, because you can go and get the Kira prepared team and put them with like L3 and Vandor on that team, and then you can build the Canderous lead team with the Old Republic characters. So then you'll have 2 full teams that are great on defense, or the solo team's more of like an offensive team at that point with Han's mechanics on defense, but it's a great control team too as well. Or you can take Han out and put Nest in there on defense. So
yeah, and it probably will be meta. So that's another reason why I'm working on it. So
and I mean those are all going to be really interesting teams too. I mean, like I'm not so curious about the Kira Stahl team, but yeah.
Can't touch this question. Why no pecan pie? Blasphemy. So the reason is pecan pie is probably my second favorite. And so my favorite is cherry pie. And so if I had pecan pie in front of me, it would be very hard for me to not eat it without a donation. So that's why. The same reason why I didn't have cherry pie here, even though it's my favorite pie, it'd be very hard for me to stare at a cherry pie sitting on my desk here and not eat it. I'm looking at the apple pie. It's still tempting, but I can resist apple pie. I can't do it. Cherry. Tangent Revolution question: Do you think that we're going to need Gear 11 characters to unlock Darth Revan? No. I think it's going to be 10.
Yeah,
I think
so
10 is going to end.
Yeah,
but
I think like 9 or 10. Yeah,
I think it's going to be a tougher gear check than that, but 10's a good target to go for.
But wait and see. That's the thing. Wait and see.
Well, and then the Last Jedi Academy too. Like we were speculating, Warrior even was like, I think it has the huge possibility of being a gear check because of the time frame and the fact that we've had HK-47 as a day 1 character, so you should already have him ready to go. And it's just the idea of the event is what Warrior said really stuck to me was remembering the event, remembering playing the event. Like when you go back how long ago, when I unlocked Thrawn, for example, like I remember it so vividly because how hard it was. And, I remember because, Ezra was like the last piece standing with like less than 20% health left when I finished the event. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. And I'm one of the best feelings I've had in the game. So if you make the event more challenging, it also creates that level of experience or something to look back on and be like, I remember doing that. I remember how hard it was and I enjoyed it because of the difficulty,
Yeah, and not to mention in the post for the Revan reveal, Crumb says it will be a very difficult task. So
yeah, and then look at what the last 2 posts that said that were C-3PO, Chewbacca. Yeah, so like those are fun. It's fun to get ready.
Those are not fun. You're
yes,
on
they
crack.
are.
No, they're not.
Well, They are fun for the people that watch Ranger bash his head against a keyboard for 6 hours trying to get it.
That's right.
Well, and the best part was is like going back to like Boss. The bounty hunters weren't so day one, right? But the Ewoks were, and having them at a decent gear range and only having to invest so much into them as a day one player was a great feeling. And then the challenge of the event itself was a little extra fuel to the engine.
So really quick, because I'm seeing people asking, because I said that Darth Revan is probably going to be meta, right? And they're asking why I'm saying kind of probably. The reason I'm saying probably is because I'm pretty sure at this point Darth Revan is going to be a counter to Jedi Knight Revan. But what I am not sure about is whether or not there's going to be something else in the game already that is a counter to Darth Revan that puts us back into the rock, paper, scissors mentality, right? Let's just suppose for a second Darth Revan kills Jedi Knight Revan, but Traya is now an easy counter to Darth Revan, right? We broke the Jedi Knight Revan meta with Darth Revan, but if Traya is able to beat it, now you're going to get this rock, paper, scissors. So was it really worth it to get Darth Revan? That's why I'm saying probably meta. Not necessarily that it's not going to be meta. It's probably going to be on the meta report, right? For sure. I think it's going to be one of the top 3. But the question is it going to be as dominant as Jedi Knight Revan? And that's yet to be seen because we don't know what the kit is, whether or not we have something in game that's already a pure counter to it, right? And so it brings back the rock, paper, scissors. I mean, we have a lot of possibilities here outside of the fact that, yes, it's going to be a really powerful character. It's going to create a whole new team that we can probably put together that relies around Fallen Bastila and HK-47. And more than anything else, it's going to be a dominant team in Grand Arena and Territory Wars. But in regular arena, there's still a lot of questions without knowing the kit because it can easily have a pretty easy counter to it. So that's going to be the big question, right? And CG, I'm sure, is thinking about this from their end, right? It's nice to have a character that's somewhat dominant for a little while, like Jedi Knight Revan was. But Jedi Knight Revan has gone more into the meta in terms of dominance than anything else, right? This is almost a 90% meta that we're seeing. Traya was in the meta report for a long time, but she was not 90%, right? I think when we were looking at her, she was like in the 70s, right? I think she was like 75 or something like that. She was there for a crazy amount of time, but there was a restriction on how much you could get Traya because you had to be in a heroic Sith guild. This one is going to get a big burst, and it's just going to stay steady forever and ever and ever until 3 months later when Darth Revan comes out, and it's not going to be the same. So that's why I'm saying probably. Not that it's not going to be a good character. It pretty much has to be with this much effort. If it's a crap character, there's going to be total outrage from everybody. And if it's not able to counter Jedi Knight Revan, then there's going to be even more outrage. So it pretty much has to at this point. But the question is whether or not there's going to be an easy meta to allow for it to do a rock, paper, scissors again. So that's kind of what I'm looking for with regards to whether or not I would consider this kind of a dominant meta to the point where like Traya and Jedi Knight Revan was, or is this going to go back to the days of like Night Sisters versus Jedi Training Rey versus CLS?
I try to say, meh.
Oh man, just think if they end up doing like they did with General Grievous for Revan, and Revan ends up sucking. Show him kicking ass on paper and in videos, and then he's crap.
Listen, it's going to be a count. Listen, we're overthinking this. A couple things. I swear, Xylo, get out of the damn bird atrium.
That is
Xylo down in the Brazilian rainforest.
Yeah, that is not a seagull.
I'm sorry, I'm in Florida. I can't help it. It's birds.
No, but that's not a seagull.
That is
not
a
seagull.
Big, go outside your house and tell me there's not birds chirping.
I didn't say they weren't birds. I just said they're not a seagull.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Those are not seagulls.
So a couple things. I don't think the gear check's going to be that hard because new players that are trying to get the Revan, I think they're going to take that into consideration. And the other thing, too, is Darth Revan, they want a counter to Jedi Knight Revan to change the meta. And I don't think there might be a counter to it, but it's going to be by accident more than they are creating it. We're overthinking this too much. It's going to be a counter to Jedi Knight Revan, and it's going to be, again, who had Jedi Knight Revan and who doesn't. Just like when Revan came out, Jedi Knight Revan came out, and it was Trey that was the meta. It was those that had Jedi Knight Revan and those that didn't. So that's what you're going to see in the meta. Plain and simple. You know, I mean, we'll see LS and some of these other teams be able to beat it. Probably. Will it be a consistent thing? No. On the meta report, no, because people will be using Darth Revan. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty positive they're not going to screw this kid up because we said the same thing about Jedi Knight Revan. They're going to try to overdo it because they don't want the character to suck. They'd rather be overpowered and pull it back a little bit than be underpowered and them looking just ridiculous. So. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be extremely powerful. It's gonna end up being Revan, Dark, Fallen Bastila, and then the Triumvirate.
Most likely.
And it's going to be insane.
Well, and another thing too, from like all the screenshots, you don't see Traya in the team comp, right? So that's what's even cooler about it is, yeah, you're losing the Triumvirate synergy, but Traya's lead in another Sith team just stretches out the faction more for you.
Oh yeah, for like Grand Arena and Territory Wars, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because Isolate is such a huge mechanic alone, and putting that with Scion and Sith Trooper, pick your other two Sith, right?
Yeah, and now that Savage actually works correctly,
hoard your gear.
Yeah,
hoard your gear. Look, if you look at my thing of my characters, I have not taken Juhani, Karth, and Canderous at all anywhere. The only reason Bastila is where she is because I'm using her, and I've used her. But even then, she's only gear 8, and I haven't even put the Omegas on because I was thinking of maybe doing her back in the day. That's it. But Canderous, Karth, I haven't done any of their gear. Wait and see. Just like damn it, guys. Just like we told you with GG. Wait and see what happens. This is pure speculation. So when we know, then we can adjust. Until then, just hoard everything. You don't need to start doing any of this stuff. Hoard the crystals, hoard the gear, hoard the credits. I would be shocked. There's players that don't have HK47 that are newer players. Just because old players have it doesn't mean that they're going to make it hard based off that. A lot of people that are newer players do not have HK47 for a lot of reasons. Now, CG just may say screw it. But I find it hard to believe that a journey character, they make it a little bit more difficult than the other ones, but I'd be shocked if they made it a gear 11 check on a character like this. It's more about the farm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and another thing I was just thinking about too is like, HK must be really good with Revan to exclude Traya from that team, right? HK is the only Sith
supposedly
on the team, or piece that's not a Sith on the team, so the synergy with HK must be amazing to pair with Revan to take Trey out of the mix. Or same thing with Fallen Bastila. Same thing with both of them. It's like, if they're that new Triumvirate that we're thinking that they are, to disassemble the actual Triumvirate, that's amazing.
But here's the thing, though, Zyla. I don't think HK... We're assuming this from the screenshot. We haven't even seen his rework. Again, everyone needs to chill and wait. Because, because they're reworking HK47 and we saw the screenshot, that's them testing that comp. That doesn't mean that the comp is actually going to be the comp that you're going to need to do it. So, again...
Like when they released Revan, they said that like Ezra was the best fit in that team.
Right.
We learned that was not the case.
So, I'm just saying... I
love how when Xylo unmutes, we can hear birds chirping. It's just... when he's not unmute.
I'm just waiting for Yoda to start singing the Seagulls song in the background.
Wait for it.
No.
Wait, you haven't seen the bad...
Those are not seagulls! They are not seagulls! Those are definitely not seagulls.
No, they're...
they were earlier. I don't know what those are.
just...
These, I can't tell. We have finches around our house, so I don't know if those are, like, finches or whatever, but... That's definitely not a seagull. I know, that's not a seagull. Okay.
I see it. It's a blue jay. I see it. There it is.
Oh, your blue jay is a lot nicer than mine. Mine squawks at me in order to get more food. Literally, he stands there. He goes, like yells at me in order to get more food. Because we have a bird feeder outside, so we feed him, and he makes like a little nest.
Really.
Hold on a second. The birds are saying.
Shut up, Finn.
They're saying save your gear.
Oh, I was pretty sure the birds were saying shut up.
All right, we have any more questions? Good Lord.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of questions.
All
So we'll
right.
start running through these here quickly.
Yes, please.
Let's see. Next question. Which one did we do? Just did that one. Darth Scion. Question or Darth Scion 1972. Question: what are other team compositions for territory war offense other than the pillars? I would appreciate some theory crafting advice. As always, I enjoy your streams.
Well, troopers.
Can I say I do it the other way around?
What do you mean?
I've been looking at territory war defense teams, and then offense ends up being whatever I kind of have left over. So I'll for example, I'll keep my Treya team for offense, right? And I know that's one of the kind of like the pillars and stuff, but that's because I'm putting Revan on defense. So that's kind of like one thing I'll work on. But there's some other teams now that I'm trying to put on defense because Ewoks are a liability on defense, especially at higher GPs. Phoenix are a liability on defense. Rogue One is a liability on defense. And so it's really important that you have good defense squads in order to make it so that you can do offense reasonably, right? And so kind of naturally, your Ewoks are safe for offense. Your Phoenix can potentially be safe for offense. Your Rogue One can be safe for offense. CLS ends up being better on offense because he's so versatile. Or Jedi Training Rey is a little bit better. That can put your First Order on defense, your Bounty Hunters on defense. Mm-hmm. The Kira team and the Old Scoundrel team are the ones that I'm kind of playing around with now. I'm working on Karth, Juhani, Missions Albar I already have done, and Karth, Juhani, and Canderous, right? So Karth lead, Canderous, Juhani, Mission and Zalbar, right? So that's one team that I'm working on. Then I'm working on the prepared team. So Kira, Vandor Chewie, L3, Young Han, Young Lando. That leaves Nest kind of on her own that I can keep for offense, right? But I would actually tell you to work on it from that direction, not necessarily try to save specific teams for offense outside of the pillars, because the pillars are going to be like kind of like your go-to teams, right? They're going to be the teams that if you're facing something really tough on defense, you know that they're able to break it. And the other teams, you can kind of almost in a sense like hodgepodge them together based on the abilities and what you're facing in order to try and overcome it, because you should be evenly matched roughly with the person that you're facing. So whatever you put on defense, you should have equivalent on offense to kind of push through it. So that's what I would say, that you kind of want to focus more on offense than defense. And I mentioned some of the teams that I'm working on defense for the theory crafting, and then hopefully that helps with you with whatever you have left over for
yeah,
offense.
I mean, if you see when I put down defense, it's mainly I look at the roster, what the person has. But, typically I'm going to put my, First Order, Bounty Hunters, Kira Stahl team, Night Sisters with like a Zeta Bears. These are teams that I know that they have to use top tier teams on. But I still save my bigger offensive teams because it just work better on offense. JTR and CLS you want to control because the AI does some ridiculously stupid things with that team. You can leave Revan on defense; he's a solid defensive team. But I agree, Sith need to be on offense because the AI again does some stupid, dumb stuff with them. So but the other teams you can use on offense, I mean, Finn Zeta is still a really good team on offense with the Resistance team. You've got your Imperial Troopers. I mean, there's teams like that exist that you can use. Ewoks on offense are really good. I hate saying that, but once you get them geared and stuff, those little murder bears are murder bears. I mean, they can kick the crap out of some things. So knowing those kind of things is what will give you an advantage in Grand Arena and TW. Let's go on to the next question.
Well, I was going to say, not to mention, there's a lot of defensive teams to where if you aren't able to place them, there are characters you can slot into those defensive teams to turn them into offensive teams too.
Yeah.
So,
Nest on any team. There you go, offense.
When?
Yeah.
Nest by herself.
Nest under Farm Boy Luke. I'm telling you, I'm having a lot of fun with that combo, actually. I don't know if you've tried it yet, Ranger, because I geared up my Farm Boy Luke to gear 11. Mm-hmm. Nest under a Farm Boy Luke just becomes really hard to get any kind of debuffs on. It's a really fun combination. And then you can save Kira for the other teams. So that's something I've been having fun with since I was forced to Zeta.
That's like 200% tenacity right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a really fun combo.
All right.
Let's see. Next question. Matt Bailey. Most of us had a well-geared or Zeta Bastila when Jedi Knight Revan event came, making it pretty easy. Does anyone have a sense of how the event would be without that? Is that what CG meant by difficult? That's a fair comment. The Old Republic we used for Jedi Knight Revan did have a Zeta leader in Bastila that most people had because it was kind of dominant. Karth is a good Zeta, but I don't know if most people have him, right? Because Bastila made the meta, Karth never did.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that a Karth Zeta is what you need in order to get this done, right? And Karth is a good character. And if you work on this team, you're going to have a solid team to go along with it. The Old Republic are really good there. So it's possible. It's possible that the Zeta on Karth is what you need in order to get it, because all Old Republic will recover their health and protection, and that may be all you need.
Science.
Next question. So next question, I'll put like a little adult warning to some extent here. Why is it not? Hold on. There you go. Okay. So question from Andrew Squeeny, adult warning. Were the RSG crew aware that today is also Steak and BJ Day?
Moving on.
Yeah, it is a legit holiday too.
Fine.
It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a weird Valentine's type thing.
Don't care. Damn you, Andrew Sweeney, I'm going to get you. Moving on.
He's Yusuf. Okay, TiloMad92. Question, why doesn't Anakin have a kit like Nest or other OP characters? He's the most OP or one of the most OP characters in all of Star Wars lore. Shouldn't he get a rework?
You would think, if you watch Battlefront 2 when I play Anakin, he's ridiculous. Oh my god.
Anakin is actually really good.
His abilities in Battlefront 2 is so he's got a force pull where you can just throw people at you. He has a saber strike that breaks defenses. So if someone's guarding, you can just break through it and hit them a couple times, and it's nasty. The other thing is he's got something heroic might where he just sits there and brings his arms in, and he's getting hit by all sides, and then he just does this unleash of damage that just kills and murders everybody in a circle around him. And the other one is called Retribution, where he gets so angry that he just starts lifting everything up in the air and crushing it to death. Then throws them. So, I mean, if they could give him stuff like that in Galaxy Heroes, those kind of abilities, he would be OP as hell. But, I don't know. Anakin feels in this game a little bit underpowered. I mean, he does his AoE hit. But
that AoE can get really nasty.
It can, but it's too easy to get around. It's unfortunate.
It is, but his kit isn't bad if you actually can put him under a decent squad to kind of force things. So he's actually not terrible. He's better than Mace Windu. Let's just put it at that.
Well, yeah, that goes.
So just be glad that Anakin isn't Mace Windu. Next question is. What else? 73 question. What have they put in the pie today? Everyone is talking crazy. It's just normal.
Not me. I mean, it's just Finn. I mean, Xylo's out.
I still have a lot of apple pie left.
Xylo's doing a nature walk, apparently.
Ouchie Dumpling question. Is Boston cream pie a pie or a cake?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's a pie.
I think it's a pie, but it's made like a cake. It's really weird combination.
I think it's probably like a neither. Kind of like the cheesecake.
Well, it's in the name.
Yeah, but so is cheesecake, but it's not really a cake.
Yeah, it is.
Cheesecake, I don't consider a cake.
No, it's not a cake.
It's like its own entity.
It is. It really is.
It kind of okay. So I'm going to go back to another question that typically starts a controversy. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I'm not getting into this, Finn. That's stupid. Move on to the next question.
That's what I'm saying. See, but you know this argument has.
I don't even want to. I don't know who makes that argument. I'm not getting into it. We're trying to talk about Galaxy Heroes.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
not about goddamn food. Next question, Finn.
It's its own entity.
I said next question.
Cheesecake, according to Wikipedia, is a sponge cake.
Okay, don't care.
Because Wikipedia is the knowledge for everything legit.
Right,
okay, Captain Obvious question. Why did Pi go to the dentist?
Why?
Because he needed a filling.
Oh my god.
All right. What else? 73 question. Do you think they'll ever up rewards for mythic tiers on events? 2 Omegas pretty much sucks nowadays.
It really does, man. Give us some Zetas. What the hell?
Really? I'm not sneezing at 2 Omegas.
I mean, I'm
still in need of a lot of Omegas.
Yeah, but just give us a Zeta and an Omega. There. One for me.
You know, if I right now I have enough for 3 Zetas, I'm pretty sure I only have enough to actually do it on 2 characters because I'm short on Omegas.
Well, you could add another tier with a Zeta and then or 3 Omegas. So that way you're getting a full Omega, right?
I mean, you
I mean,
could.
like-
I'm actually that's what I'm saying. Like, I think more people are lower on Omegas because there's some other abilities, especially if you get these new characters, right? That just require 5 Omegas. It's like Omega, 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 Omega. By the time you get even to the Zeta on a character, you've already probably used like 20 Omega mats, right?
Yeah.
And then now you need to the Zeta, and you have to use like another 15 or 16 or whatever it is. So
like a character like 3PO, it's 5 full Omegas, that's 25, and then 2 Zetas, so 32. It's almost
Right.
60 Omegas just for one character.
yeah,
these
so I mean,
things that Darth
I
Revan.
definitely want more Omegas if anything else. I don't want to switch to Zetas. If they add more to the tier, I would rather them make it like 3 or 4 Omegas rather than 2 Omegas. I don't. Zetas are nice if they want to give it, but more Omegas for me, please.
Yeah, and it sounds more reasonable because they don't want to push more of the Zeta crunch, right?
Yeah. Next question, Antonia Caraballo Perez. Every donation is like casting a buff spell on Finity. Thanks for this new display all buffs feature.
Jesus.
Ziglet, question. In farming mods, I don't get golden and maybe 1 purple a week. Is this normal? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mod farming is now very
Cruddy.
difficult compared to what it used to be. To get reasonable mods, and that's partly because the standard of what we consider good now is higher because everything can go up to gold, right? So you're not getting the best mods anymore, and it's hard to tolerate the lower ones. But yes, that's regular.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Adam M. Question: how do you guys like the new changes with mod downsizing and character info on battle loading?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
a big
We
fan.
didn't get into quality of life, but the quality of life changes were outstanding. I mean, they really are.
And the new gear screen, where you can search for whole complete pieces instead of freaking having to craft them
Yeah.
from scratch.
Yes.
Oh,
Next question, TiloMad92. At what star level should I start gearing Nest? About to unlock, wasn't sure for Marquis.
3 star.
Pretty much, yeah.
At unlock, she is viable.
Have
All she
fun.
needs is a Zeta, and then you can use her basically anywhere except the raid because she's not eligible for like the heroic raids. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait until I'm done with Karth so I can go back to farming her. I'm still using a 3-star Gear 11 Zeta Nest. She's amazing, even at 3 stars.
Wait till you get her to 7 stars and Gear 12. She's nasty.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. With
With
her
the
getting
bayonet?
the stun gun, and doesn't she get a stun gun and a bayonet?
Yeah.
She gets 2 bayonets.
Yep.
Man,
You don't really notice the damage on her, to be honest. And I mean, I even got one of the Gear 12 Plus pieces on her, but once she starts ramping that damage up, it's like, oh.
That's when you start noticing there's like those big hits start coming up. It's like, God dang. Same
Yeah,
thing with
when she goes from
Wampa.
hitting like
When
10,
you give
15K
Wampa
to
the
like 30,
bayonet,
40K.
oh, when Wampa gets
Oh.
ramped up, you saw it the other day against Phoenix. I mean, it was what, a Gear 9 chopper, and he went in there and one-shotted him. I mean, we were
Yeah,
just,
like 50K.
just bam, like, God dang. I mean,
Yeah,
when
Wampa gets 2 of the bayonets too.
Yep.
I think this may be the last question. I might need to refresh. Revenator question: in honor of Pie Day and consuming so much pie, will Finn sing "Cherry Pie" by Warrant?
Please no.
I only know like part of one of the lyrics, anyways. I would not be able to sing the whole song. Yeah. We would not. Oh, we have a few more questions. We'll just kind of run through these really quick. 10 Bears. Is it a seagull? No, that was definitely not a seagull behind
it's not
Silo.
Silo, no.
Can't touch this question. Is Finn to Poe as Ranger is to Kira Stall? I don't think Ranger is quite as obsessed with Kira as I am post shift.
No.
I think Kira
I
Stall
like
is just like
Kira-
one of those pieces.
It's a great team. I'm working on it right now. That's why I talk about it. But it's a valuable group. It's a pain in the ass to deal with.
It's just fun watching Mission just throw them grenades for like 60K. Like,
God,
boom,
yeah.
boom.
When you get her to Gear 12, because mine's Gear 12, and I put the Zed on her, she's nasty, man.
I put the Zed on her at Gear 10, and she's not even Gear 12 yet, and she still hits like a truck, man.
Revenator question for Ranger: are you done training your pet Blue Jay? Seems as though the plan to have him squawk at Finn is to get food is working.
No, there's more to be done.
The blue jay outside my house is awesome. He's been here for, I want to say,
Years.
4
right?
years.
Yeah.
I think he's been out here for 4 years, and he had made a nest in the tree right outside of mine. And he used to actually come before and peck at my window to tell me he wanted food. Like he would come there and like slowly peck at my window. I would hear, and I would open the blinds, and the blue jay just kind of standing and looking at me. And then if I tried to open the window, he would fly back into his nest, and all of a sudden, I was like, oh gosh. Then I had to go down and put
demanding.
He is. He's a very demanding blue jay. And then he started squawking and telling the other blue jays around here. So then at one point we had like 3 blue jays like squawking in the tree outside my window.
So he has you well trained.
Yes, he has me trained. He was a good bird though.
Yeah.
10 Bears question is a seagull pie or cake?
For God's sake. Next question.
Sponge cake.
It's a seagull is a hot dog.
Next question.
Albans Rubens question: when is Revan coming back? Revan should be coming back earliest in I think 2 months.
No, at least 3.
No,
Probably
he was
Oh, Jedi Knight Revan. Never mind. I'm retarded.
Probably like May or June.
Yeah. Darth Revan
End
is
of May.
Week,
Maybe if we get Darth Revan again, but Jedi Knight Revan, I think 2.
Jedi Knight Revan should be probably earliest is going to be middle of May. Hold on, let me check swgoh events because they have the dates, and it'll be 3 months from the last time that it came. So give me 1 second here, and I'll
Wait, I thought the journeys were 4 months.
No, 3 to 4 months. They're all 3 to 4 months.
Yeah. Okay.
So earliest would be 3 months. So
I mean, I thought the legendaries were 3 months and the heroes' journeys were 4, but again, yeah, 3 to 4 months. Yeah.
they just do anything. The last one had a 42-day delay. No, that's not right. They calculated this wrong. No, it's 42 days since the last time that it came is what it is. So last
when
one
the event
was,
originally came, it was the end of the month.
Yeah. So last one came. So 3 months from there would be end of April. So
Yeah,
May.
May.
I think you're looking at May as possibly when. More likely than not, May is when Jedi Knight Revan is going to come.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think we had one more. Yep, one last question from Mark Garnett. Question: does CG normally give out some crystals or goodies with quality of life updates, or am I imagining things?
No.
You're imagining things.
Yeah, they don't. They've had. Oh, so maybe this is what you're thinking. There has been a couple of times that they've released quality of life changes and it's broken something in the game, and then they've given compensation for it breaking. But they haven't given it for or with the quality of life changes directly. Only if something gets broken or. I think the last time was they released something and it caused Arena to crash like all the time and people missed their payouts, and so they gave crystals or something like that. So it's in repayment of any issues with the game, but not necessarily just for the fact of quality of life changes.
There you go.
Yeah. There are other games that do that. It would be nice if swgoh was one of them, but it's not.
All right.
Well, or it could have been like around the time where it's something like Celebration or May the 4th or an event in general. Something like that.
I do want to be fair with Galaxy of Heroes. There are other games that give away a lot of crystals and stuff, right? Or whatever their freemium currency is. But to be fair, this game provides a lot of free crystals through Arena and Fleet. They have provided more freemium currency than a lot of games that I can remember without. And I'll put this as a caveat, without having to like watch numerous ads in the game or like click on something repeatedly, like those kind of like mundane tasks where you're getting crystals for supporting their advertiser type of things. This game does provide you a lot of freemium currency without having to jump through those vendor hoops or whatever you want to call it. So there is some good here, and as players we always want more, right? You can never have enough. We want more crystals, we want more character shards for free and all this kind of stuff, but it's actually a fairly generous game overall with regards to the actual gameplay. Now when bad things happen, they could probably do a little bit better job every now and then with the PR, but overall it's actually pretty decent if you guys compare it to some other games. Because a lot of the other games sometimes give too much stuff for free and then it falls flat on its face because they're not making money.
Yeah. And I just want to since we're talking about crystals and stuff, where is our replacement for the daily crystal booster?
So that, yeah.
Dang it. That's the one thing I had no problem spending money on in this game. Like, I didn't even think twice about buying it. Where's the replacement they were talking about? Come on, guys.
Yeah, no, it would be nice. They had something that people were willing to spend money on. I know it was a weird thing as to why they needed to cancel it, and so that's why they don't have anything.
All right, that's our show. Finn, ACS stuff, since you're eating pie and stuff, close us out. Rock and roll, brother.
Well, I'm done now, but thank you all for... Actually, I'll try and keep it up for the whole day. I don't know. We're streaming tonight. I don't know if I'll eat pie on Tactical Monsters, but we do have the Tactical Monster stream tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so you guys can join us for that. And again, I'll do it for the rest of the day. Any donations made today, if for every $5, I will eat a piece of pie. Right now, only apple pie is left. You guys have finished me off of my chocolate and lemon meringue, so only apple pie is left. So every $5, I will eat it. You guys can donate to whatever. There's no challenge for this. It's just every $5 when you guys comment. Actually, you don't even have to comment. I'm eating apple pie now. So you guys can donate to the poll. You can donate to a challenge. You can donate to a reward. There's lots of things that you guys can donate to. I will eat a bite of pie for every donation. And we're still raising money for the American Cancer Society. We're trying to get to our 15,000 goal. And so we're definitely pushing there slowly but surely. And on March 30th, we plan on doing another 12-hour stream. So make sure you guys save the day and you guys can join us for that.
All right. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. Stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out our Patreon. Love our Patreon supporters.
I have one more thing when you're ready. I've got one thing.
Go ahead, Finn.
Make sure you guys go onto our Discord and go into the 2019 RSG charity campaign channel. We have the link to the RSG shirts for the Stu Strong campaign. They are officially there now, so you guys can get yourself your RSG and ACS Stu Strong shirts from Zazzle. We have the link there for the men's and the women's one. I got mine yesterday, and I wore it on the stream. If you guys want to go there and check it out, you can see what it looks like. It has the names and everything on the back. So go to Zazzle, buy the shirt. The proceeds that typically come to us, which is something around I think it's like $2 or $2.50 or something like that, from each of the shirts, we are donating directly back into the ACS campaign. So all of the proceeds go back to the ACS. We also have the hat available there on Zazzle too, so you guys can purchase that. 50% of the proceeds from the hat go to the ACS, 50% go to Stu's GoFundMe for his medical bills. And if you guys aren't aware of Stu, make sure you guys do check out our website, realityskevedgamers.com. You guys can go there and see all of Stu's story and his battle with thyroid cancer. So make sure you guys check that out and get your shirts now. They're going to be available until the run. These are limited time things, the shirt and the hat. So if you guys want them, go ahead and order them now, and they will be pulled after we do our run on April 7th.
All right. With that, we're going to end the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. With that, we wish you a great day. Be safe. We'll holler at you later. Peace.